Hi, I'm Andrea Bebo, a realtor with Keller Williams Realty.
And I'm Diane Johnson. I'm a team leader here at Keller Williams Southwest Market Center. And in Austin, Texas, we have a lot of first-time homebuyers, don't we?
We do.
So I bet could you share a few tips with me that you might have
Sure.
if I were a first-time homebuyer today?
Absolutely. Well, buying the first home for
Right.
a person, so fun, it's so exciting, but it can also be very overwhelming and stressful.
And scary.
Yes. Absolutely. I usually like to bring my buyers in for a consultation,
Right.
where I explain the entire process to them. So there's not anything that comes up along the way that is shocking to them. There's a lot of terms that are in real
Right.
estate that they would never have heard before, that make no sense outside of the real estate world.
I would say that's even true for experienced buyers, right? Because usually it's
Absolutely.
7 years in between purchases.
Absolutely. So I like to make sure that they're going to understand everything that comes up during the whole process. So
Very good.
And I always want to make sure that all of my buyers, not just first-time home buyers,
Right.
but especially first-time home buyers, talk to a lender very early on in the process.
That's so smart.
Yeah, it's important that they understand what their credit report looks like, what their credit score is, as well as what loan options are going to be available to them.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, and getting them pre-qualified is so important because what does that help with?
Well, absolutely. And getting them pre-qualified, really can't put an offer on a home here in Austin without
Right.
submitting a letter that shows that they have been pre-qualified.
Sure.
Absolutely. And so in starting the process early on, it really allows them, if there are any problems with their credit report, any
Right.
errors on it, it allows them to fix those, as well as if they do need to save up some money for down payment or closing costs that they may not have known about before talking to a lender,
Right.
it gives them that additional time to get that done.
Sure.
So as far as tips, I definitely like to tell my first-time home buyers to think about not just what you're able to get qualified for, but what is affordable to you in a monthly payment. Oftentimes they'll go and they'll look at the very top of their budget,
Right.
but that may not give them a monthly payment that they're comfortable making on a monthly basis.
That's really smart.
Yeah, so it's really important that they not just think about what loan they qualify for,
Sure.
but also what they can afford to spend every single month. Another thing that a lot of first-time buyers don't think about is resale. So they're buying this house, and you said 7 years, but with a first-time home, it's not uncommon for 3 to 5 years
Right.
to be when they're going to sell that home. And if that's going to be the case, they really need to think about down the road, what are buyers going to think of this home? Is this going to be an appealing home for buyers to come and want to
Sure.
purchase? And at the time, they may not, for example, have children, so they may not care about the school district, but they don't want to exclude those potential home buyers in the future who may have children. So looking at making sure it's in a good school district is important.
Right. That makes sense.
And a lot of times now, people look at real estate as an investment. And so their first home, they may think, oh, I'm going to buy this home now, and when I go to buy my next home, I'll keep this one and use it as an investment property and rent it out. Well, that's very important to make sure that the HOA it may be in allows that to happen, because if you purchase that home and they don't allow for homes to be rented out, that would be an issue down the road for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, so one other tip is just to have an open mind. Here in Austin, as you said, it's a very hot real estate
Right.
market, and so it's important that they realize that what they're able to afford, they may have to go outside of the ideal area they want to be in, or give up on some of the features that they really are hoping to have in the home, and look past cosmetic things. You know, if they hate the wallpaper in the home, they have to realize that things like that are very easy to be fixed.
That's an easy fix,
Yeah, absolutely,
right?
and they can make it the home that they want it to
Right.
be. So just to concentrate on making sure it's the layout, the floor plan that they want, and that it's just a
Sure.
sound home.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, if you're a first-time home buyer or you know a first-time home buyer, I would feel really good if I were you working with this lady.
Thank you.
Give Andrea a call.